After doing anime tier list for what seems like forever now, I feel like I've done kind of every basic level of tier list. So today I thought we would switch things up entirely. We're going to be looking at the Naruto universe, and also let me know if you guys want to see other universes as well. I'm thinking of doing One Piece, but let's continue. We have the Naruto universe here, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at every anime main character I am familiar with, and we're going to be placing them into tiers, seeing how well they would do in the Naruto universe. It's easier shown than explained, so let's just get straight into it. So our tiers here are pretty easy. We have Easy Hokage, probably handles things, which, you know, this is like, most likely they could maybe become Hokage. They could definitely be a driving force to stopping the war and all that. They would be very helpful in the plot. We have Effective, which means, you know, they would be useful in the story. They could be like, let's say like a Tamari level, you know, has importance to the story. Maybe something like Gaara. They are pretty strong, but they're not the strongest to where, you know, they're probably handling everything, or they're an easy Hokage. Then we have Low Chance of Success, which is like, you know, they might do something, but most likely they're going to be pretty useless in this universe. And then we have Failures. These are people that like don't hit the subscribe button, even though they watch a lot of the videos. And, you know, I upload anime videos 3 times a week, right? These are people that obviously are not going to be succeeding well in the Naruto universe. We're going to start off here with probably a very hard one, which is Yusuke. I really might have to stop and think about this. Yusuke Urameshi from Yu Yu Hakusho. He is definitely incredibly strong, but I think he would just be effective, because when it comes to being that Hokage level and being where Naruto is at the end of Naruto, that's going to be difficult, because at that point they're moving at light speed, and I'm sorry, I don't think Yusuke can handle that. Yusuke has some crazy destructive power, and I do absolutely think he can handle a lot of stronger tier opponents in Naruto. I think he would be very effective, but I don't think he could handle a lot of the situations they have going on here. He is incredibly strong, and he is pretty fast too, but I don't think he could handle somebody like Madara or even Sasuke. I don't think he could handle something like that. Next up, we have Shinra. I mean, Shinra's easy Hokage. I think Shinra would pretty easily take over this universe. It would not take him long. His only competition would probably come in that final moments between like Madara, Kaguya, and Sasuke. And at that point, if we're going, it's going to be the end of the show. Shinra's going to have his end of the show power up too. So he is absolutely dominating, hands down, especially if he gets Bancho Man. That is way too easy for him. And even without Bancho Man, he probably makes it all the way to that Great War with his normal powers. I mean, he's incredibly powerful, so easy Hokage for sure. Next we have Kiritsugu. You know, this is a guy actually without any powers whatsoever, but I'm going to give him effective. By the way, there will be some people on here that have powers. Their powers, we're just going to assume, are going to work with chakra, right? So, like, let's say when we get to, like, Deku later, like, his All For One is powered by chakra. Like, we're just going to assume that. Anyway, with Kiritsugu, he has no powers, obviously, but this dude is incredibly smart. He would be, like, Shikamaru, but without any power, so definitely not as high ranking as Shikamaru, but I do think he would be effective in leading people. Although not very strong, I think he would be a great leader for the Ninja Alliance, or maybe he'd be evil. Fuck it, who knows, bro? He might be good with the Akatsuki, bro. Like, he's not that strong, but he could figure out some shit for sure. Definitely a super smart guy, would be very effective. Then we have Atsushi Nakajima. Ooh, this one's tough. I'm going to give him low chance of success. I think in early Naruto, he would be relatively decent, but even in the Chunin exams, like, now I get it, the Chunin exams that were shown in Naruto were probably the hardest Chunin exams in the history of the universe, because Gaara and Rock Lee alone were way stronger than what a Chunin was. So, but yeah, like, you throw Atsushi in that, bro, he has zero chance. Like, I'm not going to lie, he has no chance whatsoever. But even in normal Chunin exams, like, I think he might struggle to be the strongest guy there. So low chance of success, but he definitely could make something out of himself. Next we have Saitama. I mean, this is easy Hokage, bro. He could punch the earth into many different pieces if he wanted to. Ichigo, this is easy Hokage as well. I don't think Ichigo would really struggle. Ichigo obviously can move faster than light speed. He has way more power than Naruto, Sasuke, Madara, all of them. Like, he is like almost just a powered up version, if that makes sense. It doesn't make sense because the power systems are completely different, but like, hear me out, bro. Imagine if Naruto was even faster and even stronger. Like, that's kind of Ichigo. That doesn't make sense, but it does. So easy Hokage for him. Haruka Sakura, I'm not gonna lie, bro, he's just a way worse Rock Lee. He don't have the speed or anything. He's got the speed of a normal human. He's getting whooped, bro. I keep it a buck. He's getting whooped. Moving on, we have Deku. Ooh, Deku is tough because Deku can move extremely fast. Probably not light speed. I don't know. Is Deku that fast? Because he is extremely fast. I do know that. I can't remember. How fast is Deku? I don't know if they really say how fast he is. But if we're assuming he's faster than Yusuke, then I would... he definitely can't handle things, but he would for sure be effective. The handle things, am I going to have anybody in that category? I don't know. Like, that's weird. Surely I will, right? Or is the skill gap, like, too crazy? Because, like, these guys are not going to be strong enough to do everything like Naruto can. But then, like, these guys are way too strong to where it won't even be a struggle. So, like, there's got to be somebody who can do it but still struggle, surely. But Deku, I think similar situation to Yusuke. Rurouni Kenshin, or, sorry, Kenshin Himura is his real name. That's so funny. Never mind. Let's continue. I mean, he has some sort of supernatural ability, so I'd give him a low chance of success. But at the end of the day, he's also still a human. But he does have, like, conquers hockey almost in a way. So I'd give him low chance of success. You know, he has some power, but would not be too strong. We have Nagisa. I mean, that's an easy failure. I'm not going to lie. Nagisa is not doing shit. Mob would be effective. He would not be nearly strong enough to handle somebody like Madara per se, but for a while in the show, he would definitely be very effective if he's able to control his powers, which I get that's a big thing with Mob. He can't. He is almost like a tailed beast, but just like naturally, and but his tailed beast isn't as strong as, let's say, like obviously Naruto's or like Gaara's or something, and Gaara's is supposed to be the weakest, so he'd definitely be effective if we're assuming he could control his power. If he can't control his power, I would say very low chance of success, but I'm going to give him benefit of the doubt and say he learns to control it. He'd be very effective. Reki Kayan, easy failure. He's just a regular dude, bro. Jonathan Joestar, as much as I like him, bro, he'd put his effort in, but like he don't got nothing to make him successful, in my opinion. Now, also, I will say, because now that I think about it, like, if we're going Jonathan is, like, born into the world and he does everything, or, like, he's sent in and has time to train, like, Jonathan could easily raise in power. I mean, this dude is a grinder, you know what I'm saying? But I think we're doing, if we just plop them in from their universe right now, like, would they be able to do anything? And I would say no, he wouldn't. Next, we have Denji. Honestly, in the world of Naruto, low chance of success. Denji is incredibly fast, and in terms of the anime, I don't know what he does in the manga, but in terms of the anime, he is incredibly fast, and he has the power of the chainsaws and stuff like that, and at this point, he's learning how to swing with them and shit. Well, really just use them to tame Beam, I guess, but he does know he could swing with them and all that. The problem with Denji, and like I said, I don't know how strong he gets in the manga and stuff, but the problem with Denji is, like, somebody like Rize, for example. Rize was incredibly powerful for Denji, and like that was a super close fight. Rize would not be that strong in the Naruto universe, and you have people like Deidara, who is just like Rize but on crack. Like Rize, the only thing is she's incredibly fast, and Denji's incredibly fast, so I think he'd be good with that. But a lot of the people in Naruto are very smart, so I think, you know, once he runs into somebody like Itachi, he's cooked. Like, he's finished. So, low chance of success, but he definitely has some power. I just don't think he could handle it. Ash, we're assuming with his Pokemon. Okay. Ash is tough with his Pokemon. Now, if he was able to, like if he captured, like, Arceus or something, bro, like, this would be a lot different. But Ash, I don't want to say his Pokemon are weak, but in terms of all the broken Pokemon, he doesn't have many of the broken ones, so it's hard. And I'm not familiar with his entire team throughout the entirety of the show. I know most of them, and honestly, like, I'm going to give him low chance of success. Even if they were forced to attack the Pokemon before Ash, I still do think Ash has very limited team members that actually would be very useful in the Naruto universe. Because unfortunately, he just doesn't capture that many broken Pokemon. Like, his main guy is still Pikachu, and Pikachu's weak as shit. I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. Like, he's getting slammed. I'm not, like, Gaara is killing Pikachu in less than a second, so low chance of success for sure. Asta, oh. See, this is a character where we kind of have to use our imaginations a little bit, because obviously Asta is, like, anti-magic and stuff like that. Would we assume his anti-magic is, like, anti-chakra, like, cancels out those abilities? That wouldn't make sense, because you need to live off chakra, so I'm gonna say no. Asta without it. I do know some stuff in the manga, but I don't want to go too much off of that. Asta's incredibly fast, can probably move at light speed, is incredibly strong. Now, his anti-magic wouldn't really work as well, but he still has that sword, which I don't think he has anymore, but that could, like, absorb abilities or whatever. Asta's very difficult. Honestly, if we went off manga, he'd probably be able to handle things, but I don't know too much about the manga because I didn't want to spoil myself. This is one of my favorite anime, so I want to watch it. I'm just going to give him effective for anime, but if some of the stuff I've seen about the manga is true, he probably could be able to handle things, but it would be tough. But I'm going to put him in effective because I'm not too sure. Baki, this is a low chance of success. I know he's just a normal guy that does martial arts, but if you watch Baki, you know he's not a normal guy. Yuji, this is another low chance of success. Yes, he's fast. Yes, he has some strengths, but he doesn't have nearly enough to keep up with anybody else. Boruto, that's funny. Boruto's on here, which I didn't even think to remove Boruto and Naruto. They're both on here for sure. But Boruto, I mean, so far he'd just be effective. He's definitely not handling things, bro. Like he could not handle Sasuke. Sasuke's putting belt on Boruto. I'm not gonna lie. Spike would be a failure. I love Spike, but man, what's he gonna do? I guess if he has his guns, I mean, low chance of success. He could shoot somebody. Fuck it, dude. He might be able to shoot somebody. Yeah, we'll give him low chance of success. Dante. Oh, Dante is... that's a tough one. I haven't caught up to the anime yet. But obviously I know a lot about Dante because I played the games. And they showed a lot of it. Like, he has the regeneration, the demon ability. Oh my god, that is really tough. I'm between effective and probably handles things. Because he's for sure going to be effective. He's definitely going to be useful. And he has guns too. Like, hey, Naruto World don't know shit about guns, so you know. But gosh, with Dante, it's very difficult. It is very, very hard to say because I'm not the most versed in the games. I played them, but I don't remember too well. I never beat any of them. I'll be honest. They're not the best games in my opinion. I'm just gonna put him effective. I don't think I know enough to put him in probably handles things. This category is feeling really empty, and I'm really not enjoying it. David, low chance of success would be like low tier fodder. Decim, ooh, how do you even rank somebody like this? He is pretty much like, would he be like Hagoromo? I'm not too sure. Like, he's going to be extremely powerful, right? He's probably more powerful than everybody and effective, if we're going to be honest, except maybe Asta, because he has godlike powers. But I feel like it's limited about Decim. Can Decim die? Don't know. I really don't know if he could die. Maybe he can. No fucking clue. His power is just strings, which like isn't that crazy, but his strings are unbreakable. And so it's like, and he's extremely fast. Decim is really tough as well. I think we have to do a little bit of assuming here. We don't know much about Dante, but Dante is, Decim, but Decim is practically like an angel, I guess. They're called an arbiter in the show, and I get that's a real thing, but many people don't know what that is. So I'd compare him like kind of like to an angel of death, I guess maybe. I think we're gonna have to assume that like his durability is very good. I think we're gonna go probably handles things because he does have the powers of a god, so he probably can handle things. But I don't know. That's a stretch. So I get it if you want to move Tundra. I mean, he's failing it. Dude ain't doing shit. Giorno is easy Hokage. He's winning easily. There's no one beating him. We're assuming with Requiem. Without Requiem, it's very drastic difference. But with Requiem, he's easy Hokage level. Jinga, the problem with Jinga is he's an exceptional blader. Like, arguably the best blader in Beyblade. But his Beyblade is very one-on-one reliant, I feel like. Like, obviously, there's been times where he's been in the Battle Royale and he's handled multiple people, but that's just because he's been way stronger. For example, like, him versus Ryuga, he really only beats Ryuga because of his one-on-one power. If you were looking at power between the Beyblades, Ryuga's incredibly stronger than Jinga, just not better in a one-on-one situation, in my opinion. If Jinga had to fight two Ryugas, he's losing, you know what I'm saying? But if Ryuga had to, well, actually, obviously, or sorry, if two Jingas had to fight two Ryugas, I think the two Ryugas would win. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I think low chance of success. I mean, let's not harp on this too much. It's Beyblade after all. Next up, we have Rin Okumura. I'm not going to lie, I haven't really watched anything after Season 2, so I don't know. I'm just going to put him in effective. He might be way stronger. He probably is because he is the son of Satan, so I don't know. But we're just going to put him there for now. Don't have enough information. Kirito. I mean, Kirito's a regular dude, so failure. Now, if you want to say the one in-game, even then he'd probably just be low chance, maybe effective at the best. But Kirito, at the end of the day, is just a regular dude with a headset on, so he's a failure. Edward, I think, would be effective. I think he'd be very similar to, like, the Earth Ninja and stuff that, you know, they could build the walls. They'll be great for defense and stuff like that. I think they'd be very good leaders and stuff. May not be the strongest people. They're not going to be able to handle themselves in a one-on-one, but in the Shinobi world, it's rarely a one-on-one. So I would say he'd actually be pretty effective. Next, we have Onizuka. I mean, he'd be a failure, unfortunately. He's cool, but, you know. Eren Yeager, ooh. Eren definitely cannot beat Madara in them. He's not winning the Great Ninja War, but he'd be very effective for a very long time. I think Eren would be very strong for a long time. We're assuming with the rumbling and all the abilities and stuff like that. Like, yeah, he would be very strong for a while, but yeah, he's certainly not handling Madara. He's certainly not handling the Ten Tail. Certainly not handling Obito. Like, and I know people have the thing where it's like, oh, you get too close to them, they burn, and it's like, I just think that's like kind of a non-factor in Naruto. I mean, dude, they literally get hit with literal fire like all the time, and it does nothing to them. So I don't know. I like in the Naruto world, they kind of have a built-up resistance to shit like that. So I don't think Eren would win. Gappy. Is he... I'm just going to put him in probably handles things. I haven't finished JoJo Lion yet. I'm pretty close. He is incredibly strong, obviously. And he probably would be able to handle things, but I don't know enough personally to put him in easy Hokage. Simon on his own is going to be a failure. I mean, this is assuming without the mech. With the mech, you know, who knows? But without the mech, yeah, definitely losing. I mean, and if you give him the mech, maybe he could handle things because I know it's pretty strong, but I'm just going to assume without because... yeah, it's been a long time since I watched it. Gon, low chance of success. He'd be gaining level, but like nothing crazy, bro. Gyro Zeppeli. Ooh, Gyro's an interesting one. Gyro obviously has the spin, but I give him low chance of success. It's not like he's broken or anything. I mean, he kind of is, but he's kind of not. Like, I feel like he in the Naruto world, bro, he's getting packed up. I'm going to keep it a buck. As much as I love Steel Ball Run, it is definitely, in terms of power scaling, one of the weaker parts of JoJo's. And yeah, so unfortunately, I don't think Gyro has a high chance of success. Hojo Tokiyuki, we're going to give him low chance of success. Ippo, unfortunately, low chance of success. Jin Mori is easy Hokage. The second he gets there, the whole world is pretty much going to bow to him pretty easily, honestly. Jolene Kujo. Ooh, Jolene. Interesting. How do we do Jolene? The strings, I think she's smart. I think she could be effective. You know, I'll give it to her. I think she could be effective in many situations. I don't think she'd be too powerful, but I think she could last a long way through Shippuden. I don't think she'd be like a main benefactor. I think that's a word in the Great Ninja War, but yeah, she'd be pretty effective, I think. Next up, we have Josuke Higashikita. This dude, he wouldn't be able to handle things. But, where'd I put him? Fuck, I accidentally dropped him. Okay, effective. That's exactly where I was going to put him. He would be probably the greatest, like, healer, I guess. Like, the greatest medic ninja. He'd be better than Tsunade. He'd be better than Sakura. So I'd give him effective. Like, he'd certainly be super useful, but he's not handling Madara or anything like that. Jotaro. Oh, Jotaro is tough because Jotaro is one of the most broken people in JoJo's. And the thing is, with Jotaro, he's faced pretty much every type of opponent, so we actually have pretty good info here. The thing with Jotaro that I don't think we have enough info on, that it would be very tough, is that we don't really know how strong Star Platinum is physically. Because we know that although it's always a close call, he has the speed to keep up with light speed. He was able to stop time when Pucci was doing all the shit. He is able to keep up. But if he stopped time and was able to attack Madara, would he even be able to do damage? Madara was incredibly durable. Would he even be able to hit Madara? Madara as well can see into the future. Would he be able to ever get close enough for Madara to hit him? Honestly, I'm going to have to say no. If we saw more proof that Star Platinum could damage somebody like Madara, I would be more willing to put him in probably handles things, because there could be a chance. But I think the fact that like somebody like Madara and Sasuke can see into the future, relatively, Sasuke not as good as Madara if I'm not mistaken, I think I just have to put him effective. I'm sorry, I would love to put him in probably handles things, but I just don't think he can. Karapika, even if we assume they were spiders, I'm not gonna lie, low chance of success for sure. Lelouch could probably handle things, I'll be honest. This is one that is very difficult. I think Lelouch's struggle would definitely be Madara. I think he probably beats everybody else. And I think he could probably handle things very easily other than that. Because it's not going to take him long to figure out how the Sharingan works and to figure out that, hey, the Uchiha are very good at Genjutsu, don't look at in their eyes. Although he needs them to look in their eyes, obviously. This guy is a natural leader. I mean, he is like Shikamaru, but willing to do a lot more dirty work than Shikamaru, because Shikamaru obviously is arguably just as smart as Lelouch, but you know, he goes about things always in the right way. Lelouch will play dirty, and so I think he does get to Madara, and can he beat Madara without using the Geass on him? Probably not, but the second he looks at Madara, like, Madara could be able to do it, and Madara can see into the future. That's the problem. There is a slight chance that he could catch somebody like Itachi or Sasuke off guard. There's a chance. Now, I'm sure as soon as they both look at each other, they're trying to use their moves on each other. I don't know how that would work, but let's just assume Lelouch can somehow beat people like that. The hardest by far is going to be Madara, somebody that can see into the future without eyes, let alone having to look at him. So that would be extremely difficult to go against Madara. I do think he'd actually beat Kaguya pretty easily. But for somebody like Madara, I think Madara can see into the future. So we're going to say probably handles things, because there is definitely a hurdle and he might lose, but fuck it. Light Yagami here, obviously somebody that's extremely strong. We're going to assume the Death Note goes with him. The thing is, with Light, is his issue's actually not Madara. It would be so easy. Well, actually, Madara's technically immortal, no? Could he kill Madara with the Death Note? I'm not sure, but let's say he could kill Madara with the Death Note. That's not even the issue. The issue is people like Obito. There would be zero way for him to know Obito's real name until he reveals it. And Light's just a human. He could just kill, Obito could kill him. So, although I think Light could probably beat everybody else. Like, I'm trying to think if there's anybody else with alien, like, but Pain, he can't beat Pain. How is he supposed to know who Pain is, right? So I'm gonna give him effective because he'd last a while, but once he gets to the people with aliases like Pain, he's getting whooped because he can't do anything. And like, Light's incredibly smart, and he might be able to figure out every now and then, but there's only so much he would be able to figure out, right? I mean, if Shikamaru couldn't figure out who Obito was, and if Shikamaru couldn't figure out who Pain was, and I get he wasn't necessarily on the case for those situations, but if he didn't go and figure that stuff out, what makes me think Light will? Like, nothing. So I think he'd be effective, but that's it. Lucy, I think she'd be effective for a while, but definitely can't handle the big boys. That one's really easy. Mashle, this is a gag character. He can move faster than the speed. You know what's crazy, though? As much of a gag character as he is, as strong as he is, I don't think he could handle things. I'll be honest, because we haven't really got to the peak of his power yet, so, you know, maybe we'll see. But he can move around light speed for sure. He can even fly with how fast he can move, and he is extremely strong. He can punch through, like, holes through multiple walls. Like, that's how strong he is. But that's honestly not that crazy in the Naruto universe. Naruto could probably take out at least half of the world with one shot with a tailed beast bomb or something. So I don't think Mashle can do that, at least from what we've seen. So I think he'd be effective for a while, but definitely not handling things. Luffy, this is one that's very tough because with Gear 5, you know, he has that power of imagination and stuff, but he hasn't fully mastered it yet. This is one that we're going to be like, can probably handle things because if he has Gear 5 from the start, he's going to be pretty good for a long time. But then when you get to that fourth Great Ninja War and everything, which obviously it's a big talking point in this video because, you know, that's where the climax is. He's going to struggle, I think, if he can't fully control the power. Because if he fully can't control that power, it's going to be hard for him against somebody like Madara. Because Madara can take a beating for the 5 to 10 minutes that Luffy can have in Gear 5. Like, he could take a beating from Luffy for sure. I mean, he was probably the most durable character we've seen in Naruto. Dude was taking belt from Might Guy, all the tailed beast, and that was before he even infused himself with the 10 tails, by the way, and was still perfectly fine. I mean, he's bleeding a little bit, but perfectly fine. Yeah, I think Luffy could maybe do it, but it would be very difficult. Next, we have Naruto. I mean, he's not an easy Hokage. Like, that was very hard for him to become Hokage, but he did become Hokage. But I'm still going to put him probably handles things, which is crazy, but it wasn't easy, okay? But yeah, he was Hokage. Next, we have Joseph Joestar. Joseph. Ooh. I think I have to put him failure. Like, the running away thing is cool and all in the Hermit Purple, but I just don't think that helps at all in the Naruto. He's not, like, the smartest guy. Sugimoto. Ooh. I actually think he would be somewhat useful at some point. I'm going to give him low chance of success because he is a master with weapons. If we assume we give him a gun, which his guns, I mean, they're a little bit old, so it's not like the most accurate thing, like maybe somebody like Spike. But he is a master in weapons. He could definitely handle his own taijutsu aspects. Thorfinn, I think, would be a failure. He is familiar with knives, I suppose, and being able to throw stuff, but Yeah, I don't think to the level of Sugimoto. Sugimoto's kind of an expert with all weapons. I don't really see Thorfinn being able to handle that. Gesicht, obviously built-in robot, has a gun, going to be super durable. The hard thing is, he's not too fast, and he is super durable, but, like, that's compared to the people in low chance of success. Once you get him to effective, I mean, one spirit gun from Yusuke, and he's wiped off the face of the earth. I'm going to give him low chance of success. I mean, he could do some damage, but nothing crazy. Senku, I mean, would be incredibly smart. He'd definitely be effective, for sure, but in terms of battle, would not be good at all. Oh, God, I can't remember his name. From Holy Land. Gonna be a failure. He's just a regular dude, bro. Linling. Okay, Linling, with his powers as nice. I mean, Nice's powers aren't that crazy, though. But, like, he would be... Nah, I gotta give him a low chance of success. Like, he can fly and shit, and he's kind of fast, but, like... If it was X, it'd be a different story. If X was the main character to be Hero X, dude, X would be easy Hokage, because he's fucking busted. Linling, though, I mean, he's strong, but... I don't even think he makes effective, I'll be honest. Satoru Fujinuma. Alright, if we're doing some bullshit like he goes back in time and kills Madara at birth, he's not, bro. Failure, bro. Tenma, extremely smart doctor. I'd give him effective. I think he'd be a very good medical ninja, but obviously not going to be, like, strong in any, you know, battling sense. I mean, I guess he'd have a gun. He could defend himself, kinda, but, yeah, just very strong medical ninja. That's it. Lena Inverse... I haven't finished Slayers, but I've watched quite a bit to know that she might... Nah, I gotta just give her effective. From what I've seen, I know that that show gets insanely crazy and she becomes insanely powerful. But from just what I've seen, and the little bit that I've seen, I've only seen, like, most of the first show. And she's insanely powerful in that, but I do still think she would struggle against, like, Madara, Obito, and stuff like that. But, yeah... Maybe a little bit later when she gets stronger, because I believe she gets way stronger than she is in just the original show. Like, I'm pretty sure she gets, like, the Dragon Ball level at some points. But I haven't seen that, so I just have to give her effective. Mugen, this is similar to Kenshin. He almost has a supernatural ability. He actually doesn't, unlike Kenshin. Kenshin does have a supernatural ability. But Mugen is, like, dead-ass the most elusive guy I've ever seen. I'm still going to give him failure, though, but... Okaroon, easy failure. Alan Walker. Alan's tough. Alan is pretty strong. I don't think he could handle things, but I think he'd be effective for a while. I mean, Alan's got some pretty powerful abilities, not going to lie. And we'd assume his eye'd probably just act like a Sharingan, honestly, so he'd be like on his Kakashi shit almost. He'd be like a little weaker version of Kakashi, not going to lie. I think that's probably what Alan would be. Next we have Motoko Kusanagi. I mean, this is the same thing as Gesicht, pretty much. I mean, she is a built assassin. She's a, not a cyborg, what do they call it? Android? I can't remember. Whatever. She's a low chance of success, but definitely could beat out most humans. Motoko, or whatever his name is. Dude, this guy's, I mean, he's kind of busted. He ain't making it too far, but he'd definitely be effective, bro, because he got his own, like, fireball jutsu and shit. He got the flame arrow shit, bro. Like, he'd be chilling for a while. Ryoko Matoi, I didn't finish Kill la Kill, not because the show's bad, but I watch most of my anime in public, and this is a show you just can't watch in public. I keep it a buck. But from what I've seen, she's extremely strong, extremely fast. I give her effective. You know, maybe that's a little overrating. I don't know. Psyche, I mean, this is a gag character he's got, but he'd probably just be effective. I'll be honest. It's similar to somebody like Mashle. Like, yeah, he's a gag character, but he still probably don't beat the big boys. So yeah, definitely effective. Vash, ooh. Alright, Vash is hard because Vash has... His power's weird because he has the destructive power to definitely match in Naruto. This dude could blow up half the planet if he wanted to. But he's slow. He's not fast. Like, Naruto has the power to blow up half the planet, but he's fast. He can move at light speed. Vash cannot. Vash is the speed of a normal human, but the power in him is so incredible. That makes it so difficult because obviously he could just get speed blitz, but like we talked about in Naruto, it's never a one-on-one. He definitely has backup maybe to help him get the shot. It's so hard because I want to put him in probably handles things, but he is so slow. But he has the power to handle things. Like, if he gets the shot on Madara, he might be able to kill him. Seriously, he might be able to kill Madara with his power, but that's a big if, is getting the shot, and I don't know, man. It's extremely difficult to say. I think I have to go effective because he even struggled against somebody like Knives. And I get Knives is basically the same as him, but like Knives wasn't... I don't know. I just have to give him effective. He has the power to win, but he doesn't have the speed to win. Goku, I mean, come on. Easy Hokage. Sun Jin Woo, now I know in the manhwa he becomes like a god or whatever on some like weird shit. I don't know. But in the anime so far, let's be real. Can move at light speed is incredibly... I mean, he's basically just Might Guy almost, right? He's basically Might Guy, and I know he becomes way stronger than that. I'm going to put him in probably handles things. I don't know too much about the manhwa for Sun Jin Woo, but in the anime so far, I mean, he's practically already Might Guy level, if we're keeping a bucket. Might Guy was able to damage Madara, but Sun Jin Woo doesn't have that limit, and he just gets exponentially stronger, so yeah. Haru Glory, I don't know why I have him on here, dude. I don't know shit about him. Last chance of success. Low chance of success, sorry. Maka Allbarn, dude, I could see her being like 10-10. Low chance of success, I'm sorry. Fuko? Okay, the thing with Fuko is, for a long time, she is going to be effective. However, she's going to get to an issue where she gets speed blitz and just literally gets decapitated. And even though she might get decapitated and she might take out the other person with her, she's not... We just have to put her in effective because eventually, like, she's just going to get taken out. She is. Soul, you know, I assume Soul and Maka are a package deal, so yeah. Sato, as crazy as it is for him being a normal dude, and y'all know if you watched it, it's kind of like a gag, like a parody anime. He's not a normal dude. It is low chance because he pretty much just has a gun, but this dude is superhuman. I mean, he is, but low chance still. Dude from Sunny Boy, I mean, if you give him his powers, I mean, shit, dude, he could be fucking anywhere, but, dude, yeah, you could literally rank him anywhere. This is a hard one. I'm just gonna put him in failure, because I'm taking him as just a normal student. That's such a hard one. Alright, next we have 3 that I'm currently watching right now. Now, if you're wondering why I have Alibaba and Sinbad, apparently Alibaba's the main character of Season 2. I don't know, I'm still on Season 1, where, it's fucking Sinbad. Aladdin, sorry. Where Aladdin's the main character. Now, there's a show where Sinbad is the main character, too, if I'm not mistaken, but I didn't put that because I just met Sinbad in the anime. I don't know what the fuck he can do. But Aladdin, obviously, these guys are extremely strong, and, I don't know too much because I'm not that far into it at all, but so far, I mean, they can both probably handle things. They are extremely powerful. Yeah, just extremely strong. They could probably handle it. Ken Kaneki. I think Ken Kaneki would be very effective, but obviously not going to be able to beat somebody like Madara. This is the list. This video, I had a lot of fun with this. So if you guys want to see this with another anime universe, let me know down below. I think it'd be really interesting to do a Dragon Ball one. Because, dude, there's going to be max 4 people in that, like, can handle things tier. And honestly, if I'm looking at this, no, there literally is 4. Like, I don't want to spoil it, but in the Easy Hokage, only 4 of them could hang in the Dragon Ball universe. So, yeah, it's, you know, some of the universes are pretty rough, but let me know if you guys want to see stuff like that. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe. Peace.